Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. And today we are playing a deck that is personally endorsed by MBT. This is Wind-Ups, and this is a deck that he claims that nobody is really paying attention to, in spite of the fact that it has an absurd amount of gas built into it. Although, I mean, looking at it now, this is just level 3 spam. It's just full of monsters that can special summon themselves onto the field very, very easily. And I would go over the card by card, but most of them, like around half the deck, they all like say essentially the same thing, where they can special summon themselves if you meet a certain requirement. And then there's like the other half of the deck involves the wind-ups themselves, and this deck only really runs like the three best ones. So it's not really so much a wind-up deck as it is more a rank 3 spam deck, or level 3 spam, I may add, because there's only like really one rank 3 monster in here, and that's Zenmaity. So we're gonna go through the card by card, and we're going to divide it into two sections. And the first section is arguably the shortest. The level 3 monsters that can all special summon themselves one way or the other. Gilosaurus, and almost everything in this deck, by the way, is a 3 of, except for an exempt few. And yeah, this is like a slight deck as well, because it's like all monsters. This deck is all monsters, so it's all gas. So there's that. Going back, 3 Gilosaurus, because you can special summon it no matter what. And then it does have a small downside, where your opponent can special summon a monster from the graveyard, but that doesn't really matter in the grander scheme of things. And then we have Gen X Ali Birdman. There are some crazy lines that you can actually do with this guy, now that he's unlimited. And of note, when MBT released his shorts, yes, it was only like a shorts video, just only a little over a minute long. Birdman was still at 2 at the time, and so was Zenmaity. And now that we have both cards at 3, this deck just got a lot more tools. So it's insane now. Gen X Ally Birdman, once again, it's a non-once per turn special its non-once per turn special summon is insane, and if you turn it into an Xyz material, it doesn't get banished, so do with that what you will. And then we also have Jump Forward, although this guy is like the least quote-unquote the least flexible of the bunch, because you need to control no monsters for it to be able to special summon itself, but otherwise, it's basically a free summon. Next, we have the 2 dangers, the 2 level 3 ones, Jackalope and Tsuchinoko. So we have the bunny and the snake. The bunny, when he is discarded, you special summon a danger from the deck. Usually it's Tsuchinoko. And then when Tsuchinoko is discarded, you summon another copy of itself. Or rather, if it's discarded, oh right, you can special summon it. So yeah. And then we have Psychic Wielder. I'm just noticing it's wielder. That's kind of spell. These monsters are weird, having weird naming conventions, but anyway, all you need to do is control a level 3 monster for it to special summon itself. And there's a reason it's a super rare. This guy is very easy to summon in decks that can support it. And yeah, that's it. Those are all of the level 3 monsters that can special summon themselves pretty goddamn easily. And then supporting that, or maybe it's the other way around, they're supporting the main strategy of the deck, which is wind-ups. This used to be a terror. Well, I guess using the word terror was a bit much, especially back in the day, but because Wind-Up Hunter is banned, you cannot really do the thing where you can use Zenmaity to continuously rip your opponent's hand apart. So they start with just one or two cards in hand, but if Hunter's not in the game, then Wind-Ups are like still really good as a combo deck, surprisingly. Now, the 3 best ones here, and the one of fun of, I'll get to him in a bit. So there are only like 3 wind-ups in this deck, and again, these are like the 3 best ones. Wind-up Rat, he has to be special summoned. Oh wait, no, it's an activated effect. So to activate his resurrection, it's basically a resurrection effect, but to do so, he has to be in attack position, and that's something that you always have to keep in mind when you're using his resurrection effect. He has to be in attack position. And then you have Wind Up Magician. This is like a free extender. Usually, what you would do is he is actually your only normal summon in this deck. You don't really normal summon in this deck unless it's like for really dire circumstances. But otherwise, Wind Up Magician is your only normal summon because you can just spend your entire turn just special summoning left and right. And but otherwise, if you activate an effect of a wind up monster, you special summon another from the deck. The line is usually like you have Zenmati on board, and then you normal summon Magician, you activate Zenmati's effect, and then Magician activates as well. So that's two free special summons. Speaking of special summon chains, Wind Up Shark is also another free special summon. You would usually get him into your hand, and then you would special summon him once you normal or special summon a Wind Up monster. He pairs really well with Wind Up Magician because they're both level 4s. You can go into your very, very small toolbox of rank 4 monsters here. These are honestly all you really need. Screw back row decks in particular. And then the other small engine in this deck, Denier and Malicious, you can go into Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. MBT's original build had a small artifact package in it, just, two cards, Dagda and Scythe. The end board would usually be Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer into Utopic Drake Future and then Artifact Scythe. But I am honestly opting against that because I really fear that Scythe is going to get banned sometime in the future. So I purposefully excluded it from the deck, and even then, this deck is surprisingly competent in spite of the cut that I did. And then the two spicy cards in here, Sekka's Light, because this deck is like mainly monsters. This card will not really run into any problems. And then, of course, the one I'm fun of, Fusion Destiny. And then the extra deck is basically what this entire main deck is built for. I won't go over everything in too much detail, but I will go over the ones that are important. DPE, because it's DPE. I mean, do I really need to explain much more? Then the Utopic package of Utopic Future, and then Drake Future. This is your Omni Negate. And then the three Zenmatis. You only really need two in the games that I played with this deck. This deck is surprisingly resilient. It's not. It's both consistent and resilient because like it's 80% gas. It can punch through a lot of negation, and then depending on the matchup, you can even go into like plan C's in this deck. But Zenmate is like the heart and soul of the deck. It's a special. It's a non once per turn special. It's a soft once per turn special summon. There's a reason this guy was like banned for the longest time, but now he's been slowly being reintroduced back into the game. And then our small toolbox of level 4 is Abyss Dweller. This is honestly a flex slot because of how prevalent tier limits are. And then the other option you have is Baguska, also a tier limit concession. And then for our links, the one I'm fun of, Wind Up Zen Maintenance. This is a non once per turn search, or rather special summon, because this one right here. Oh wait, you can only use each of the following. Fuck, I thought it was non once per turn, but yeah. You can basically exchange any of your windups for another copy of itself. So there's that. MBT has called it like near infinite, but I don't know. This guy just basically facilitates the entirety of the deck, especially if you do get to summon him. But otherwise, I personally don't go into it when I don't need to. And then, IP Mascarena, and then Vertianiconda, you already know that. These are all just link climbing tools, for that matter. Nightmare Unicorn is basically our sole rank 3 to go into our high link monsters here. Come to think of it, I might actually just end up cutting Zen Maintenance and then just rely on all of this. But, I don't really need to extend that hard. Well, now that I think about it, I should just replace it with like Tornado Dragon. Yeah, I'll make that change before we hop into the duels. But yeah, there is a line. This is like Plan C. if Plan B, as in Plan Baguska, fails, you can go into Megaclops because you can. This deck can very easily spew out all three of its Zenmairies, and then you can just go into Megaclops and then tell your opponent, "Good luck, have fun. I hope you have Xyz monsters in there." Or infinite impermanence in hand, or some way to negate Megaclops using back row. But yeah, otherwise, Appaloosa as additional monster negates, and then Access Kotalker to finish your opponent off. So yeah, that's the deck, and let's put it in recording to see how well a deck that is 80% gas is going to compete in today's Master Duel metagame. We'll see you there. Going second, but it doesn't really matter if your deck is like all gas. And XC making an appearance here. Because of the way this deck is constructed, we can only really run Maxi and Ash Blossom in this deck, and we have both of them at least. But apart from that, we don't have much. Dimension Shifter is going to put a scrap in our step. So we'll just use Maxi here because there's only one deck that uses Dimension Shifter, and that's Fluanderies, or either that or they're using Gotti, which is another deck that doesn't care about its graveyard. So let's see if they're Gotti. They're either Gotti or Fluanderies. Oh, it's Gotti. Alright. We will actually let them search here because, yeah, if they banish a fish, they'll just search another one anyway. Or at the very least, they will allow them. They will oh god, they will special summon themselves at the standby phase. Yeah. I did have a game where the Gotti player instantly scooped on the spot when I activated Max C on my standby phase, because they knew for a fact that they cannot avoid getting special summons on my turn. So they basically had no choice but to concede there. Because they're not going to be able to do too much here, I think this is one of those rare times where Ash Blossom is actually good special summoned. Or rather, summoned here, because we are all level 3s, and we don't really care too much about. Okay, fine, we lose a Mally, that's completely fine. So we'll summon that, and we even drew the fucking Sekka Light. Very good. All right, so we draw 2, and yeah, but we sadly already special summoned, so that is not good. We could just go into Verts McGurts, but we already have the Fusion Destiny in hand, unfortunately, so we just go into Zenmairi here. If I remember correctly, most of the Gotti fish are like low defense monsters, unless I'm completely wrong. So we'll just go into one Zenmairi here. And then should we just go to attacks? I think we just special summon another. This is bad. We're still under the effects of Dimension Shifter, so we can't really do too much here, unless they have Ash Blossom in hand here, which is also really, really bad. But let's see. All right, cool. We can special summon the one in hand. We can also special summon the Shark. We can special summon Wind Up Magician, but I think we should just summon Wind Up Shark and go for like damage here. Who is higher attack? Yeah, I mean, we unfortunately can't do too much here. Oh boy. This is one of those weird games. Yeah, we just go into combat. If our opponent is not gonna special summon the fish that they banished, alright, cool. I was sort of right that most of their stuff is like of the low defense variety. Alright, cool. And then I think this is where they summon their fish, if I remember correctly, during their standby phase rather than their opponent's. They should go. Their trigger should go off by now. All right, cool. That's where we maxi. There we go. I think I'm going to get rewarded for playing patiently here because they cannot avoid not summoning themselves during the standby phase. Oh wait, you can, so it's optional. All right, we'll at least get an upstart goblin, if nothing else. So let's see here. All right, that's a normal summon. What the f? It's this thing. Minai Ruka. When a water monster's effect is activated, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can banish. Okay, it's just another banish effect. All right, cool. All right, they're summoning Arion Boss, the Serpent of the Gothi. All right, Space Snake. Okay, it banishes a fish. Sure. Just going to combat. All right, cool. I suggest you get rid of Zenmei because that's my main combo enabler. Cool, very cool. All right, good on you, opponent. Good on you. All right. Now that we're no longer under Dimension Shifter, we can just straight up summon DP. Unless he manages to get rid of Shark, in which case it opens up even more combo lines. Although we'd have to normal summon Junk Forward. I don't want to have to do that. Of note, Zenmei is in the graveyard, which is also a fascinating fact. Let's see what we draw. Ooh, Psychic Wielder. That is interesting. We do already have a Shark in hand, so we can choose to not normal summon here. But let's see. All right, go off, opponent. You don't really. I don't have a Maxi this time. All right, cool. I think this is where he synchro summons, because if I remember correctly, one of these fish can synchro summon at instant speed. I just don't remember which ones those are. But let's wait until they get all their fish out. All right, cool. So we will reduce Shark's level by 3, or rather by 1, right? This should trigger the wind-up Shark I have in hand. Oh, not yet. Oh, it has to be normal special summon. All right, I completely misread that. All right. Okay. Ooh, Gozen. That's interesting. And I have a splitting variety of monsters here. All right, cool. Only control 1 attribute. Fine. I'll keep water. Fine. I did not expect fish to be able to know how to do that. Fine. There, I have 2 waters now. There. You happy? I'll still reduce this guy's level by 1. I think that's still fine. There we go. Alright, cool. Good thing Wind Up Shark is like only a soft once per turn. Summon this. Let's just summon it and attack. No, I don't see why not. And then we'll just hit one of the fish. We sadly do not have a way to get rid of Gozen match, so I think we just lost this one. Yeah. I don't think there's any point in continuing this because they'll just keep synchro summoning and then they'll find a way to find lethal to take us down here. Thankfully, I'm already done with the duel pass, so I don't really have any incentive to like finish my duels. Yeah, White Auto Whale just bounces my entire board, or at least destroys. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is Hard Leg Joe's favorite synchro monster, if I remember correctly. But yeah. I don't think there's any more point in continuing this duel. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next duel. I said duel twice in a row. Again. Let's go. Won the die roll, and I'm also going first. So I will hopefully be able to show you guys the power of this deck. This is a decent opening hand, and we can choose to not normal summon. But we run the risk of discarding Ash Blossom here. So yeah, we just YOLO it. I mean, this deck has a lot of ways to get to its board. So, okay, cool. I'd prefer Mally in the graveyard anyway. That's completely fine. Normal summon that, and we get Psychic Wielder. That's interesting. We do this. And since we already did that, I will show you the power of Agenix Ally Birdman here. We return Jackalope. And then we will summon Zenmei here. There we go. 1, 2. And then yeah, I'll just show off this combo and then I'll skip it once you guys have already like seen the vast majority of the. I mean, all of the lines in this deck are like really straightforward, and no, I will not allow you to do that. See, the thing to stop tier limits, just don't allow them to fill their graveyard up. Stop every advance they try to do at any opportunity that's been given to you, and they will not be able to do anything at that point. Unfortunately, we don't have any wind-ups yet. Not yet, anyway. Should we just special summon Magician so that we have even more material? Yeah, I think that's about right. Unless, well, we still do have two level 3s in hand. Right, cool. We just do it that way then. We get Magician, then we'll normal summon Psychic Wielder here. Then we'll activate Jackalope's effect. Again, a reminder, the danger hand effects in-hand effects are not once per turn. Right, then we get Tsuchinoko, the fat sneaky boy. There we go. And then Zen Mains again, or rather Zen Matey again. There we go. Okay. Then we summon Wind Up Shark since now we know that we're up against Tier Lament. We will get Wind Up Shark. So we have two level 4s. Do we summon another? Just as additional material. Actually, I think we should. So that we can just also end on DP as well. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we should just summon Rabbit. The reason why Rabbit's just a one of here is it's just another name. That's honestly all its purpose in this deck. Okay. Ooh, actually, can we do it? All right, let's see this first. So we go into Utopic Future, which is always what we're going to do. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, I think we can because malicious. We have a malicious in the graveyard. Yeah, we can go into Verts McGurts. All right, cool. Oh, was having a spike of lag there for a second. All right, cool. And then we go into Abyss Dweller since again we already know that we're up against Tier Lament. There we go, Abyss Dweller. All right. And then we activate Malicious in the graveyard. Oh wait, no, then that means we will not be able to... Ooh. That means we won't be able to Fusion Destiny. Oh dear. Because both of our Malicious are already like out of rotation. So I think the other option we can do here is going to Masquerena. Ooh, I think I screwed myself over with that one. I miscalculated there. This is awkward. But at least we have like 2 defense walls. So that's something. We could go into Appaloosa, but no, wasting my entire board for that. No, thank you. Yeah, I mean, just leave it as a defense wall. I mean, I don't see why not. Alright, cool. And we leave that on. Alright, draw phase. Sure. Then standby. Nope, no standby. Alright, we'll discard, no, we'll detach, Shark. Then good luck, have fun, opponent. Let's see what you can do from here once your graveyard has been shut down. Unless you have a way to negate him here. Yep, last chance to do so, but again, I will not do not allow Tier Laments to get their graveyard running at any point. Because if they do, they're just gonna build up resources time and time again. Yep, it's about what I expected. This deck. See, this deck. Just real talk here. This deck is honestly like so far out of my comfort zone that there are times where I just don't like playing it. But the power level is there. It's so obviously powerful. But as some people who have analyzed this deck in particular, this oh my god, this deck is like so flexible. Well, not really flexible. This deck works a little too hard in order to achieve its end boards. But these days, because because Zenmate is now at 3, Gen X Ally Birdman is at 3, you have a couple more deck slots now. Because some of the key cards are at 3. You don't need to work too hard. But otherwise, the deck's power is there. Again, you could add the Dagda Scythe package so that you can like completely lock your opponent out, but that would make that Artifact Scythe your primary win con. Basically not allowing your opponent to special summon in the first place. But otherwise, even this like semi-fair route of playing wind up is already like good on its own. I mean, you guys see what I just did, and it was more than enough to stop my opponent. So yeah, we move on to the next duel. Going second. So let's see how hard we can pop off through whatever my opponent's gonna do. Ooh, this is a decent-ish opening hand, especially if my opponent is special summon heavy. But the fact that they're rocking Sky Striker sleeves means that this might just be a slower deck. But if they're just gonna set one and pass, then I'm pretty sure they bricked. In which case, I have... All right. We can already like pop off a bit here. We're gonna start with that, and then Shark activates his effect. So let's see. Do that, and then Wind Up Magician already triggers. Oh my god, they could max C right here, right now. That's going to like that will not slow. Ooh, I'm playing off against another tier limit deck. That's very interesting. If you're gonna special summon in my turn, I will happily max C here, sir. Cool. That will get his special summon trains rolling. Okay, cool. Ashing that rather than my wind-up magician. That's like, sir. Okay, so this is one of those times because knowing that they're a fusion-based deck, I think I'm going to go into the Mega Clops line. Yeah, we're gonna go into the Mega Clops line. So there's that. So that he will have like no easy way to out my board whatsoever. All right, cool. He's doing tier limit things. Sure. He draws one card, so we'll reduce Wind Up Shark's level by 1. There we go. Excuse me. All right. Then, oh wait. Because it's free to do so, we'll summon Psychic Builder because he's a level 3. Then we go to Zenmaity. Excuse me. Ooh, I've only just barely recovered from my allergies, so I'm still not 100%, but it's like I'm working at a decent pace now. All right. Then discard that, and then we'll summon Wind Up Rat, and then we'll activate Rat's effect so that we can resurrect Rabbit. There we go. And then we summon another Zenmaity. Let's see you have an out to Mega Clops here, opponent. Alright, Zenmaity, search again. We'll send Wind Up Rat to the graveyard this time. Right, do we just summon another Magician? Because we already have another one here. Oh wait, no, we need another level 3. Alright, we'll get another Shark. But Shark is like better in hand. Yeah, we'll get another Rat. Why not? There we go. And we can't do another summon here because we're like out of space. Do this, and then do this. There we go. And Zenmaity again. And then we do this. We'll detach Rabbit again. And then we'll actually summon Shark this time because I just realized that Magician's level 4 and then they're just out here on the field. Then we'll summon Abyss Dweller because we can, so that our opponent is locked out for next turn. Then we will now summon a monster that they realistically do not have an out to, unless of course, you know, they have a specific piece of back row that can. Alright, so we're going to make a collapse. There we go. As much as I want to use Tsuchinoko here, I don't think we should. Target a season monster in the graveyard and the card your opponent controls, special summon it. Ooh, actually, this is one of those rare times where we can actually do this. Ooh, that's interesting. I very rarely get to do this. We'll suck up this one or this one. Yeah, we'll suck up Havness. Having them out of having a Havness out of rotation is like always good. There we go. I'll take that, thank you very much. And then, as much as I want to go further, let's just attack here. Right, Zenmaity, go, attack. Ooh, setting a Mudora. Alright, cool. Should have just, like, done your thing there, opponent. Since you had a Mudora. But yeah, we'll just go into the end phase, and then once it reaches my opponent's turn, we will activate Abyss Dweller here. Alright, let's see. Draw phase, and then during the draw phase, we will activate Abyss Dweller. We will detach Magician. And there we go. That should be more than enough to stop my opponent from thinking here. Okay. Having Pot of Avarice, which is like really, really weird. You have Mudora instead, but I guess your hand is really bad. So let's see. Shuffling 5 back in to draw 2. What else do you have, opponent? There's a Lingering Abyss Dweller effect. Let's see what you can do. You could like negate Megaclops here, which is like your only realistic out to getting rid of a Link 3 that's unaffected by most monster effects. Alright, cool. I'm just realizing now that this deck is a lot more busted than I thought. Oh my god. Because I can just like keep summoning all of the wind up XCs that I use. Oh my god. And then none of his like monsters are going to trigger in the graveyard because of fucking Abyss Dweller. He's just going to keep stalling. Oh my god. Oh my god, we even get Denier. Oh my god. And then like all of my oh my god, all of my Xyz monsters are even like buffed by Abyss Dweller. Jesus Christ, this deck. I was thinking that I should just dismantle this deck once I get tired of it, but good god, the power of this deck is insane. So there we go, we'll suck that up. What were you hiding? Another Squamata. Alright, you drew into that. As much as I want to keep comboing off here, we should just attack. Shiren is 13. Sure, that's fine. Boom. She goes to the graveyard. She can trigger her. Oh, right. They can't trigger their effects during combat. I think my opponent's just dead here. Oh my god, this deck! Good thing I caught it. I'm catching this all on camera. Oh my god. And it's 100 over lethal. Oh my god. What? Ooh. Was my damage halved somehow? Oh, right. So if I use Mega... I did not know that there was... that sentence kept going. Alright. Target exceeds monster. So he takes half damage whenever I do that. Alright. A small trade-off, but I guess it ultimately doesn't matter here. If my opponent still doesn't like get their foot off the pedal, they're just gonna die. And then with their graveyard being shut down by a Abyss Dweller every turn, and honestly, 2 turns is all I need. Oh my god, 2 turns is all I need here. Alright, start getting the field spell up. Sure. Let's see what you can do. Your graveyard is still shut down by Abyss Dweller. You are dead, opponent. So let's see. Alright, sure. Let's see what you can do. Summoning Merly, sure. Send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Sure, your graveyard is still shut down. Oh my god, opponent. You are see? Oh my god, this deck. Oh, we're just gonna move on to the next duel. Going second here. Let's see what my opponent is gonna set up for us. Ooh, this is a decent opening hand. We have Maxi to interact, and hell, even Sekka's Light. So we have a draw too, at least. But otherwise, ooh, Exorcisters. So we could potentially face graveyard troubles, because, well, our deck doesn't really operate too hard out of the graveyard, but we can at least do this. So we're facing off against a really good tier 2 mid-range deck. Ooh, oh boy. So we're gonna have to fight our way through a lot of stuff here. Alright, so in case you're not familiar with Exorcisters, they are an Xyz focused deck that can like messes up with graveyard based stuff, which is like supposed to be really good against tier elements, but unfortunately Exorcisters are like not that good in the, or rather are not doing too hot in the paper game. Here in Master Duel they're decent. because like I said, they deal with graveyard stuff really well. So there's that. But otherwise, it's just a really fun deck to play every once in a while, but it doesn't really capture my personal interest. So they're gonna keep comboing off here, and yeah, I think this is one of like the newer pieces of support Martha, and then there's also like the other Xyz monsters that has two of the girls on the art. But even then, with that boost of consistency, this deck is like only like tier 2 3-ish, if I remember correctly, at best. But it's still like something to be aware of, especially if you're playing on the rank ladder. So yeah, while my opponent combos off, we're gonna see if we can fight through whatever board they set up here. We'll see you guys there. Okay, we're back, and my opponent just ended on this. It looks innocuous, but believe me when I say that Exorcister boards are always innocuous. You think you're safe in doing your thing, but unfortunately you're not. So we're gonna draw two more cards here in the hopes of finding even more gas than we already have. Okay, he's going to let that one through. Ooh, so we can take an extra risky line here by special summoning Gilasaurus, which I think is what we should do. And just fight through whatever it is our opponent does. We do have an Ash Blossom. Should they? I mean, they will very likely summon Martha out. Because she has a summon effect, if I remember correctly. Or is it the other one? Ooh, I very rarely see this one. It's Exorcister Armament. Target a monster, summon one with a different name. Alright, cool. And then the targeted one will be used as material. Sure. Let's see what else you're gonna do here, opponent. What were you going to summon? Alright, Sophiel. I very rarely see these ones. Cannot be destroyed or activated. Special summon from the graveyard. Unfortunately, I don't work off of the graveyard. Because I work off of my extra deck. So let's see here. You could summon, I think, who was the one that has a summon effect? Right, you are summoning Martha, right? Neither player can activate effects in the graveyard. Sure, I don't really have effects in the graveyard. Maybe except Malicious, but I don't really use that guy for like link climbing. Not as much as the decks that normally run him do. Right, we're gonna go to Wind Up Shark here. Let's see what you have for me, opponent. Do you have something? This last one could be like Exorcister Pax. Yeah, because I know for a fact that he searched it. So there's that. Right, and then Wind Magician will activate his effect. And then let's see what else my opponent's gonna do here. Alright. Oh, ooh, Returnia. Target. Oh god, I missed it. What does it do? Come on, let me read the card. Right, it banishes. Alright. Banish a card. Alright, that's completely fine. He didn't negate my effect. That's fine. Alright, so he's going to Xyz summon, I think, Magnifica. There we go. He summons Magnifica, and then yeah, this is the point where we get Rabbit. Since he didn't choose to negate my effect there, I will not activate Rabbit's effect. What else are you going to do? Opponent priority is passing back. Let's see what else my opponent's gonna do here. Already used that. My opponent's thinking about something. This Magnifica, yeah, detach material. Yeah, he can banish a card I control, but I still have like 2 extenders. So I think I can still do something here. Of note, I cannot. Okay, sure, that's not what I'm worried about. I that's completely fine by me, opponent. Anyway, I will summon this Zenmaity. Activate Zenmaity. I will actually detach Rabbit. There we go. Do you have something else, opponent? You already activated one of Magnifica's effects. The one that banishes a monster. Activates a card. Okay, sure. And then, yeah, return that to the extra deck. And special summon that monster using this card as Xyz material. Alright, cool. Okay, getting Michaelis back. Sure. This is the part where I summon. Yeah, I think I'd rather deck in here. I'll summon another rat. There we go. I don't remember if I already normal summoned this turn. Sure. That's completely fine. He's going to banish Zenmaity. That's completely fine as well. Alright, I already normal summoned this turn. Alright, Wind Up Rat. Target Rabbit. There we go. Summon the Rabbit. There we go. And then, yep. That's completely fine. Sure. We are literally fighting through all forms of interaction my opponent has here. Sophiel, that's completely fine. Sure. We will summon another Zenmaity. Oh my god, this deck. I have fought through, like, I think 4 of my opponent's points of interaction, and I don't think my opponent has any more. Although I think my opponent is not gonna do searching anymore, if I remember correctly. Alright, so we do that. Then we'll summon another rat. Oh my god. Then we'll revive Rabbit again. Oh my god, this deck. Ugh, it's so gross. The amount of combo lines this thing has. Ugh. And we'll do that. Okay. Zenmaity. Then we activate Zenmaity again. We will detach Rabbit again. Oh my god. Should we just summon the other rat? Oh yeah, sure, why not? Just summon the other rat. Then rat, revive Rabbit. Oh, this deck is so gross. Then we go since that one was already banished. We'll just go into Utopic Draco Future here. There we go. He gave up Magnifica for Michaelis here, so I think we are free to pop off as hard as we can now. Okay, there we go. Draco Future, and then we just go into DP. As much as I want to like go further by using Tsuchinoko, can we go into Tsuchinoko? Do I go for style points, or do we just try to win here? Yeah, we go for style points. This is not how you're supposed to do it, but okay, sure. Tsuchinoko. Nope, he was discarded anyway. Alright, cool. So we will just go into Verte Anaconda here. Okay, there we go. Although this does, like, leave our graveyard open for a lot of stuff. Because DPE always resurrects himself out of the graveyard. But I don't think it matters at this point. So we'll summon DPE here. Then we'll get Denier and Malicious. Okay. Wait, who was banished? Okay, well, I thought that effect was scary. Like, what? No, that was just a fusion effect, right? There's that. And now we just move to combat. So, DP, Utopic Draco into Michaelis. There we go. And then... She has a graveyard effect? Oh, I thought she had the graveyard effect. Like, Jesus Christ. Then DPE into Sophiel. Then Verte Anaconda into the face. Alright. We still have... Well, okay, so we have a Negate, a Pop, and an Ash Blossom. And a Dream. But our opponent only has 1 card in hand. So let's see if they can fight through 3 points of interaction now. Now that I've, like, chewed through all of their shit. I will not allow you to search anymore. Thank you very much. You're already, like... I already, was able to chew through all of the shit that you threw at me on my turn. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to allow you to do anything now. Sure. Oh my god, he's just going to commit Sudoku here. Oh my god. Oh, this deck. Oh my god, this deck. So we'll just use DP here to destroy Martha so that we can have a much cleaner win here. Oh my god. I ran my opponent out of everything they had. Oh my god, yeah, this is definitely a win in our books. So yeah, I'll just see you guys in the next duel. Going first, so let's see if I can break my opponent's will to live. I'm pretty sure I can with this hand. Alright, let's see here. It always starts by us normal summoning Wind Up Magician here, and then we will return him back to hand, or we can go for Tsuchinoko first, so let's see. So we normal summon Wind Up Magician, that's always going to happen. Then we'll activate Tsuchinoko. Let's gamble, discarding Tsuchinoko. Great. So we summon him. Okay. And then we'll summon Gen X Ally Birdman by returning Tsuchinoko back to our hand. So that's always going to happen. Then we try for Tsuchinoko again. Okay. Now discarding our Max C. Thanks a lot. Okay, there we go. Then we draw one, even drawing to Jackalope. Great. Extending even further. Alright, so we'll just, I think we're just going to go into the safe line here. Zenmairi, then we'll discard, or rather we'll detach, Gen Exile Birdman here. Yeah, we'll just go for the safe line here of, let's see. Yeah, we don't have much in the graveyard just yet. We'll just go for the safe line. Oh wait, I think I just screwed up because we don't have another level 3. Shit. But again, we'll just go for. Oh wait, no, we still have another because Wind Up Magician comes from the deck. We were not screwed over in the slightest. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, we'll go for the safe line. We'll go into Drake of Future, then Abyss Dweller, just in case like they're a graveyard deck, because they're like all over the place. Right? Then we do this. We'll detach Rabbit. There we go. Then we'll summon Shark. In attack position because why not? Go. Then we'll go into this. Utopic Draco. Then Utopic Draco Future. Then we'll see what our opponent does from there. So we'll see you guys at my end board. Okay, we're back, and I'm letting my opponent like go through their turn this time before activating Abyss Dweller because I have no idea what they're on just yet. So let's see what our opponent's gonna do here. Unless like they're not a graveyard deck at all, which is also a possibility. So let's see here. We do have a negate at least. So there's that. Ooh, Dimension Fisher. So this is... There's only one deck that does this, and it's Fluanderies. Or, you know, it could also be Gotti. Let's see here. But our opponent's like internet is not cooperating with them, so they could just like disconnect right off the bat. Excuse me while I clear my throat. Oh, so I just got raw sphere mode in here. Oh boy, let me just clear my throat. Okay, I'm back, and I cleared my throat, and I got sphere moded, but I am not quite sure if my opponent has anything else. It's a Ghost second Fluanderies build, if I'm reading this correctly. Although, of note, we do have a lot of live draws, and that is sort of one of them. Sort of. We can still normal summon Magician at least. It's a decent attacker at that. Or we can use Magician and Sphere mode here to go into DP. But we will end up losing our we're going to end up losing a lot of our stuff anyway. So let's see. We'll do this. They will be banished, unfortunately. There we go. Right Anaconda. Let's see if you have interaction for me, opponent. I mean, which is honestly very likely if they really are a go second deck. Let's see here. Opponent is in the tank. Right, using Solemn Judgment on that. That's how scared he is. Right, sure. So Right Anaconda is banished, and we still have access to the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer line, but it's going to be a lot harder now. We just have to hard draw into it. So let's see what our opponent has for us here. Unless, of course, he could spend like the next 3 to 5 turns just staring at me until he draws into decent action. We do only have one card in hand, so our odds are not looking good here. So we will just see you guys at the next... Ooh. So we're playing against Labyrinth, huh? Unfortunately, I will not allow you to do that. You cannot Ash Blossom this because Ash Blossom was sent to the banish pile, so you can't use Call by the Grave on it. You can swing for 16, so yeah. So this will take a while unless like I draw into like a rat. Yeah, one. Yeah, we still have 2 rats in the deck, so we still stand a chance here. So let's see. Max C is not helpful here. We'll just set him to defense because Max C does not work under Dimension Fissure. He has to be sent to graveyard, right? So yeah, we will just stare at each other for a while because my opponent seems to have bricked. We'll just see you guys at the next interesting point. Okay, we're back, and I am not quite sure if I can still like punch a hole right through all of this back row here. Dimension Fissure, while not too problematic for our deck, if it's backed up by like 4 pieces of interaction, plus if they have anything in hand, and they also have Lovely Lady here, plus one of the maids. I am not quite sure. I do not like our odds one bit. I'll still play it out in case my opponent like slips up somehow, but I highly doubt it, especially when they're this far ahead. But otherwise, we will just skip to the end screen unless I somehow crawl out of this. So I'll see you guys there. Okay, we're back, and I expectedly lost that last duel. When a Labyrinth player is that far ahead, there is honestly like very little chance of you moving forward, especially when you have a deck built like this where there's absolutely no way to punch through back row. But as you've seen in other duels, this deck can indeed pull its weight. In spite of the fact that it has absolutely no way of fighting through said back row decks, there's power. There's a lot of power in this deck because of how insanely consistent it is, and using stuff that you wouldn't normally use as part of your combos, quote unquote. Ash Blossom being a level 3 helps. Like from Gigasaurus all the way until like Denier. Like that's how many level 3s there are in this deck. And then Magician, Shark, and Malicious are like the only outliers because they are needed for like let's say Magician is an extender, so is Shark. Shark can modulate his level, usually reducing it by 1, so that you have access to your level 3, or he can maintain his level so that you have access to the 3 level 4s in this deck. And yes, I did break down the Zen maintenance because I have found myself to honestly not really use it that often. And the other lines, especially the link lines, are not too good in this current state of the game because of how prevalent tier limits are. The other lines that you could go into are like Mascarena, and hold it up. That assumes that you have 1 card in hand, so that you can go to Unicorn and have a non-destruction piece of removal, so that you can far safely better interact with other stuff your opponent's is doing. But yeah, this deck is surprisingly cheap to build. At least the main deck is surprisingly cheap to build. It's all super rares in the main deck, but the extra deck is what's going to kill you here. It's almost exclusively ultra rares. But yeah, this deck, if you exclude like all of the staples and just focus on pure wind-ups, although granted Hunter is not here, this could also just be like a really competent like toolboxy rank 3 spam-ish deck, if you so choose. Just get rid of all of the staples and then just focus on spitting out a lot of rank 3 material on board. But yeah, we're gonna leave it here. And I was already thinking of breaking this thing down because this thing just isn't my cup of tea. I do acknowledge that it's powerful, but I might just keep rocking it until something is done to it, which I honestly highly doubt, because of just how wide open the meta for the rank ladder is. But yeah, we're gonna leave it here, and if you like what you saw, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share it among your friends. And until next time, toodles!